Welcome back to my channel. This is Lifestyle Aesthetics, where we teach you how to level up consistently over time. Today's video is another gym vlog for a push day, starting off with some weighted pull-ups here. So the whole point of me doing these weighted pull-ups, these weighted dips here, is to make sure that I'm getting stronger in the full range of motion, and this is going to carry over to my other lifts and also apply to some real life movement. So with the weighted dips here, this is going to translate to some regular, pushing power, working the shoulder press and incline press. If you have to defend yourself and push someone away or just push heavy objects in general, weighted dips is the way to go, since it's pretty much functional movement where your body's in the air and you have to go all the way down and then all the way back up. This targets your lower chest, definitely blows up your triceps and your shoulders. So for me personally, adding weighted dips to my program for my push day, the first thing that I do since I'm nice and fresh, it is the most difficult out of all the other exercises that we do. Okay, so we do 2 heavy sets and then 1 drop set. So I'm doing 70 pounds and I'm pushing the reps here. I'm trying to make sure that I'm doing much more reps on these heavy weights and to become fully stronger. And as it shows in this video, my physique is getting much more strong, much more aesthetic, much more lean. And because the cable machine is already here, we are doing some tricep extensions with the cable machine here. So just with the ball of the cable machine. So the idea here is that you want to stick your elbows out of your body. So basically behind your back, your shoulders and elbows don't really move too much. And that's going to work out the triceps a lot. In this fashion, it's going to become much more strong. It's going to fill up your sleeves, as you see here. My shoulders and my chest are popping a little bit more. So we do these heavy set first, and then you do a drop set on the second set. So low volume, high intensity is going to get you that Greek god look. Right? You want to be strong, have dense muscle tissues, but you don't want to be too bulky if that's your goal, because that's my goal, right? I don't want to be too bulky. Just want to have a slim waist, wide shoulders, right? An athletic overall look. Right? And that's basically trying to achieve here in this channel. Also promote long-term health. So working out 3 to 4 times a week is ideal. Sometimes you can do a 5th week. It just depends overall on what you want to do, what you want to achieve, because you need to keep in mind that your shoulder joints and your tendons, they have a limit, right? If you overdo it, over time, it's going to wear and tear, and your body is not going to function the same way as it did when you were younger. So you got to be mindful of that with anything that you do, right? So with the shoulder press here, the reason I always advocate for like the hammer grip is because it's shoulder joint friendly, okay? And you still get strong here, of course. You still develop your shoulders here, especially the anterior shoulder, triceps, a little bit of the upper chest. With this fashion here, where you're just using these machines overall, just promoting safety and just making sure that we stay fit long term, right? Being fit and healthy is like one of the ways that you could reward yourself, especially as we get older, fighting off certain diseases, right? If you're fit, right, you basically decrease some of those chances. Of course, some of the other things are genetic, but there's things that we could do to prevent that. So drinking a lot of water, eating your fruits, walking a lot in general helps you to promote good health, right? Good blood flow, having a healthy heart. So today we didn't do incline press machine, but instead we did low to high cable flies to target the upper chest. And the reason is, again, because I was working so much on a weighted dip and the shoulder press. I just wanted to relax on the pressing movements for today's push workout. And of course, show you guys a different version of how you could target your upper chest without always being an incline press on the machine or with the dumbbells. So after you do your heavy set, I'm dropping the weights at least by half, and then just repping out, using my whole energy as much as I can to make sure my form is correct, right? You're alternating your arms, of course, when you do this type of movement, right? And just holding that pause at a top stretch, right? And then your upper pec is going to develop a lot. It's going to be more strong, and it's going to pop out more through your clothing. So here, just doing as much as I can. Of course, I don't take any supplements. I don't do any steroids. Everything that I do here is natural, just food, water, fruits, all that stuff. I don't even take any vitamin pills. Everything that I do is natural. I don't rely on that stuff anymore. I quit for a while. You just don't need the extra calories after you you develop the foundation. Especially trying to lose weight, I do not recommend doing protein shakes. What I do recommend is doing your incline walks, fasting, drinking a lot of water, and still doing your heavy workouts, right? That's still gonna get you strong, but carving out the body fat with the incline walks, the fasting for the first 5 hours at the very least, and then just watching the amount of food that you eat also matters a lot, right? Not that it doesn't matter what you eat, but it matters more on the amount that you eat. So that way you actually lose the weight, lose the body fat, shed that out, and then you become more lean, you drop your body weight, your health overall improves. It's easier on the joints for your elbows and your knees, right? If you're overweight, it's gonna be very harmful for your joints, right? Keep that in mind. And then this movement here, we're doing some Pec Deck Flies. I like this one a lot because I feel the contraction a lot on my chest overall, and I feel like it develops a lot better. Always adding at least one type of fly movement for if you're focusing on your push days like today. And the stretch also counts. The deeper the stretch you go, the more it's gonna work at the pec. Of course, be mindful that you don't stretch too far back because then you could hurt yourself, right? You have to go listen to your body. That's what I always preach in this channel. And then we're finishing over some lateral raises here. Lead with your elbows. Sometimes if I go heavy, I sometimes lead with my hands, but the elbows is the main way to do this properly. And then twist in the last minute so you feel it a lot more on your medial head, right? The middle part of the shoulder makes it look wider from the front or back look, right? And that's pretty much for today's workout. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Hit the subscribe button. Catch you guys in the next video.